Ayaan was an ordinary young man, born in a busy city where people dreamed big but lived small. From childhood, he was told that he had potential, that he could achieve anything if he wanted, and he believed it. His phone's gallery was full of screenshots of motivational quotes. His notebooks overflowed with plans of what he would do one day. His evenings were spent watching videos about success, fitness, wealth, and happiness. And every time he watched one, his heart would beat fast, his eyes would shine, and he would whisper to himself, "Tomorrow, I will start." But tomorrow never truly came. For a week, he would wake up early, exercise, and study hard. Then one cold morning, when his bed felt too warm, he convinced himself, skipping one day won't matter. That one day became two became a week, and soon his dreams lay abandoned, gathering dust like unfinished projects in a forgotten drawer. He lived this cycle again and again, bursts of fire, followed by ashes of laziness. Excitement that faded into excuses, motivation that disappeared as quickly as it arrived. He started believing maybe success was for the lucky ones, maybe discipline wasn't in his nature, maybe he was not meant for greatness. One evening, after another wasted day, he sat outside his small house. His mother, a woman who worked tirelessly as a tailor, came and sat beside him. She saw the frustration in his eyes and quietly said, "Beta, the world doesn't reward those who start, it rewards those who don't stop." Those words echoed in his heart. He could not sleep that night. He realized his problem wasn't lack of motivation, he had too much of it. His problem was lack of consistency. He wanted fireworks, but he wasn't willing to strike a single match every day. He wanted transformation, but he wasn't willing to take small daily steps. He finally understood, without daily discipline, motivation is useless. The next morning, he made a promise to himself, "I will wake up at 6 a.m. every day, no matter how I feel, no matter how tired, no matter the weather." The first day was easy, he was excited. The second day, still manageable. But by the third day, his body screamed, his eyelids begged for more sleep, and his old habits whispered, "It's okay, you can rest, you deserve it." But this time, Ayaan didn't listen. He dragged himself out of bed, stumbled into his tiny living room, and whispered, "Discipline over feelings." He exercised, studied, worked, and when he was done, he felt something different, not pride, but power. For the first time, he realized strength was not built in moments of motivation, but in moments of resistance. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. Ayaan did not transform overnight. His muscles didn't suddenly grow, his bank account didn't suddenly fill, and his knowledge didn't suddenly double. But small progress, done daily, is not small at all. His body grew stronger, his mind clearer, his confidence louder. People began noticing him. Friends asked, "What's your secret? How are you always so focused?" He would smile, because the secret was simple: consistency. Then came the real test. His mother fell sick and could no longer work. Bills piled up, stress filled the air. The old Ayaan would have broken down, drowned in panic and excuses. But the new Ayaan, disciplined and trained by his daily habits, stood strong. He kept his morning routine, then worked late into the night, freelancing online, learning new skills, earning money piece by piece. He was exhausted, but he kept showing up. His mantra remained, "Did I show up today?" If the answer was yes, he knew he was winning, even if no one else saw it. There were setbacks. Clients rejected his work, exams didn't always go well, some days felt like nothing was working. But he didn't stop. Like a farmer watering invisible seeds underground, he trusted the process. He knew results would come to those who stayed. A year later, his life had transformed. He was financially stable, supporting his mother, healthier, sharper, and more confident than ever. His friends who once laughed at his strict routines now came to him for advice. One even said, "Bro, you're so lucky things worked out for you." Ayaan smiled and replied, "This is not luck, this is what happens when you don't quit." Years later, Ayaan stood on a stage in front of thousands of students. Invited as a guest speaker, he looked at the young faces filled with the same doubts he once had. He raised his voice and said, "Do you know why most people fail? Because they wait for motivation. Motivation is like the wind, it comes and goes. But discipline is like your legs, they carry you whether the wind blows or not. Motivation might get you started, but only discipline and consistency will take you to the finish line. If you want success, don't ask yourself how motivated you feel. Ask yourself, did I show up today? Did I do the work? Did I stay consistent? The audience clapped, but Ayaan wasn't proud of the applause. He was proud of the mornings no one saw, the nights when he refused to give up, the daily steps that seemed invisible but built his empire. And so his story became proof of a timeless truth. Success is not built in a day. Success is built every day. Without daily discipline, motivation is useless. But with consistency, even the impossible becomes possible.